to you, but that's fine. So, okay, great. Let me introduce the course now. So first thing that we will do is we will learn about mind maps. How many of you already know what a mind map is? Just raise your hand. Okay. Okay, so a reasonably good number of, at least 10% of us know what a mind map is. So great, we will talk about mind maps. We'll start with the mind maps. And then we will look at types of creative people. Then as we go ahead, we will talk about creativity imperatives as what are the key things that one needs to ensure to be creative. We'll explore many ideation methods. These are some of the names that I have put here. You might have already done some of these. You may not have done. Doesn't matter. We will do them together in the class. And then we'll talk about innovate. Simultaneously, so we'll be running two parallel tracks. Okay. So while on one side, we will talk about creativity methods, and the skill set, this kind of skill set, simultaneously, we will also start to talk about systematic innovation, where typically it is thought that the more number of ideas you create, the better it is. In reality, if I can come up with the best idea directly, that's the best thing, is it not? Why do I want to waste my time with ideas which won't work? So that's what systematic innovation paradigm shift is about. We'll start with TRIZ. So we'll start with TRIZ, introduction to TRIZ in the next session itself. And in TRIZ, we will actually, separate things in 4 different parts. The first will be problem identification. See, many of us shared just a little while back that I see big problems, but I do not know what to work on. So we will identify the problem and we'll just go into it a little bit more in detail so that we can see what to work on. At times, what is evident on the surface may not really work, or that's not a problem that is easy to solve, that is worth solving. So the next step in TRIZ is problem exploration. In fact, this is one of the very important steps of TRIZ. So we'll explore problems in terms of when they are in products, and also when they are in algorithms or processes. That will be problem exploration part, where we will learn a very important tool called trimming. Trimming, as the name suggests, is about pruning, is about cutting, removing. And we want to remove extra stuff, extra fluff. So typically what happens is that whenever we as engineers are faced with a problem, imagine a code that you are writing, and in that code you found that your error, there was a particular loop that was erroneous. Many a times as engineers, what we do is we just add a few extra lines so that, okay, this is because of this. So in that particular situation, let me add another case statement or another if-then statement. And so we keep on adding fluff. In terms of circuits, we keep on adding more devices. In terms of products, we keep on adding more features because we feel that we can capture an additional market, market share over there or something like that. However, as we do that, that adds complexity to the products, and that results in more problems. So trimming is a tool which would help us remove the fluff that is unnecessary. And it's a very, very interesting and a very, very powerful tool which will help us uncover problems which would not otherwise be available to us. And when we solve those problems, which could be actually much simpler to solve than the first problem, we innovate, we invent new stuff, and we solve the problem in the first place. Okay. So solving the problem we will do by a stage called solution generation. We will again use different tools like function-oriented search, which has tools like biomimicry in it, inventive principles, and standard solutions. So there are standards for solutions also in TRIZ. And then we will look at evaluating those solutions also. We will look at S-curves, and we will look at function-oriented search in terms of how is our competition doing? How are our suppliers handling similar problems? What is happening in the market, and so on. So this is the overall agenda of the course. And towards the end of the course, we will ask you to sell your ideas. There will be oral presentations. You may also have posters, depending. Okay, so we are not a physical semester any longer, so we may only have online posters. You may want to present something in TRIZ, I do not know. And for those of us who are interested, if you could also explore if we can have a TRIZ certification done. We will see that. Okay. The TRIZ certification is typically done by an international agency called TRIZ, and it has some charges. So I'm not sure if you would be interested in getting a TRIZ certification, but if you think that you would want, then we can see how it can happen. Okay. It may happen after the end of the semester also. I don't know. We'll see. In terms of reference material, the course is available on Google Classroom. This is the classroom code. It has also been shared by some students in the chat window. So CEMDK43. You can enroll yourself, join the classroom through this. In the classroom, we will also share other resources, like there are a few books, interesting books, good ones, in fact. Right solution at the right time. Someone was sharing that exactly when I need a solution, I do not get the right solution. So this book, based on TRIZ, will actually help you get there in the right way. And suddenly the inventor appeared. Again, you're faced with a problem, and wow, bulb chamka, and you have an idea. So these two books I will share. I may also share other material on Google Classroom. However, so the recordings of the classes will also be shared on my YouTube channel. We'll also link them in the Google Classroom. All of that would be done, but nothing of this would be a substitute for lectures. When you attend lectures, I believe you take back much more, because you have the opportunity to ask questions, discuss, and do much more than simply consuming some media content. So yeah, this kind of material will be made available. As I already mentioned, we have the Google Classroom as a repository of our course material. Typically, we will start with a quick introduction to the topic or the lecture, and then during ideation exercises, we will split into smaller groups. We cannot be 100 people ideating together, so we'll break into smaller groups, and that is where we will do our ideation exercises. And then we will merge back again and share those learnings, what we experienced, what we felt, and all that. So some of you already mentioned Shark Tank India. So we may have some case studies from Shark Tank, not the Indian one, but Shark Tank, the original series. And we will pick them up, and we will discuss them in the class. So the timetable says that we meet on Mondays from 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. In fact, 2:50 p.m. And on Wednesdays from 8:30 a.m. to 9:50 a.m. I would also want to know what could be alternate timings for our class in an event that I get to miss it, or because of some urgent meeting. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware. I'm also Associate Dean IRD, and there are times when we have to, attend some urgent issues, urgent matters. So in an eventuality when I end up missing some of our class, I would want to arrive at an alternate class time. So while we will do this again, but I just wanted to get a feel of it, I'm launching a short poll over here for identifying what could be an alternate time for the class. And A few of you also reached out to me and told me that 8:30 a.m. is a little early for you and that you would prefer a different class timing. So I'm asking you two questions in this poll. Uh, please respond. Are you able to see the poll already? So yeah, this change in timing would only be useful or will be affected after the shopping, ad drop shopping period has ended. We will meet according to the regular timings in this week at least. So if this week is something that bothers you, then you can respond based on your regular schedule. Priyansh, I am already able to see that more than 125 people have responded. Can you just check? You should be able to see the poll. So about 30 students still have to respond. Please respond quickly so that I can then end the poll and we can see the responses. Okay, so I think we have a reasonable sample of responses. More than 90% of you have responded already. I'm ending the poll and sharing the results with you. 10 seconds, 10 more seconds. Okay. So if you want to respond, quickly do that. Okay. So are you able to see the results now? So in terms of the substitute class time, I see a stronger majority for Wednesday, 4 p.m. to 5:20 p.m. I know this is a free slot. This is an institute lecture slot, so it should be free in everyone's timetable. So that is what we can use as the substitute class time. In terms of 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, we have a stronger majority for Tuesdays, 4:30 to 5:50. By a thin margin, but yeah, a stronger majority for that. So, and a good percentage, more than 20% preferring to keep it at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday itself. So we will see. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your inputs over here. Substitute class, I think we can fairly keep it on Wednesday at 4 p.m. That clearly is a free slot for everyone and is a strong majority higher than any other proposals. We can look for if we want to shift Wednesday class next Monday, because in fact, next Wednesday class will actually be on next Wednesday is 26th Jan, so it's a holiday. So that will anyways be on a Saturday, 8:30 a.m. on Saturday. But yeah, we can still see how to place that. Okay. So we have a good number of TAs in our course because we have a very strong participation enrollment. So these TAs will also conduct office hours, and I will also conduct office hours. I will try to conduct 2 office hours a week, and one of them will specifically be for research project related discussions. Like if you want to take the tools that we discuss in this course into your research teams, into your research groups, or on your MTech thesis or BTech thesis problem. One of the office hours I will want to focus on that, not on exactly what we are discussing in the class, but just to help you, handhold you in using these tools for your research purposes. Okay, but that second office hours will only be on demand, in the sense that you will have to let me know in advance if you want that office hours in that particular week or not. Okay. I already mentioned about the ideation sessions. Let me just detail a little bit more about their structure. As I mentioned, we will go into breakout rooms in teams of 5, 6, or 7 people, it depends. What you need to do is immediately as you enter into your breakout rooms, whatever ideation session it is, okay, you have to identify a leader. The leader represents the group and seeks clarification from me or TAs by coming to the main room. Like we will discuss the method in the common room, in the main room, and then we'll break into our breakout rooms. I do not want all of you to struggle with, okay, what's happening and all that. I want that just one of you, the leader, should come out of the breakout room to the main room, ask a question quickly, and then go back in. Okay. So you have to identify the leader. You have to identify a protagonist. So in many methods that we will explore, like superhero, like role play, and so on, there will be one protagonist, or there could be 2 protagonists. So you have to identify those protagonists, and then a scribe. Okay. The scribe will be a person who will consolidate the ideas that you generate in that particular group and post them in the relevant area in the Google Classroom. So for all the ideation sessions, you will have a small section in the Google Classroom, where you would be asked to, upload your mind maps. Okay. So we will do that. So Shana is asking as to on what basis people in a breakout room will be decided. As of now, I plan to keep that random, but let us see if there are better ideas, we can use them. Okay. So I know all of you are interested in this part, evaluation of the course. So class participation, 10%. What does class participation means? Playing all kinds of roles in the ideation session. So it should not be one person is always a scribe, or I have never been a scribe, or I have never been a leader. We have so many ideation sessions that we will do in this course. So, you have to play all kinds of roles to get the hang of it. Participate in classroom discussions. That is something which is important because that enriches the course and that makes the course what it is. We'll also have some review quizzes. Okay, so these review quizzes are not a part of final evaluation. Okay, but when you are attempting those review quizzes and you score more than say 50% or 60%, we can decide that number. That will be counted as class participation. Okay, these review quizzes could be within the session, within the class as we are doing the class, or it could be afterwards towards the evening I can release that quiz. So we will see. Okay, we will see what works. But attempting those review quizzes is a part of measuring your class participation. Joining office hours, participating in the office hours, is again participation. And taking the concepts of this course into your research projects, teams, groups, that again is class participation. Okay, so all this combined. So uh, I expect all of you to earn the entire. So this 10% is free. You should get it. All of you should get it. Okay. Then the project that we will do will be 50%, 20% for the first presentation, and 30% for the final presentation or the pitch that you will create for your solution. The project will be a team project. Uh, Again, we can, as we have the final number of enrolled students, we can decide how many students per team do we allow. Okay, and then there will be mid-sem and end-sem exams, 20% each. So those of you who joined the course or who thought that this is a light course, no mid-sem, nothing, very small, flimsy end-sem, we have changed the model over here. And that's largely because there's a very strong push, and we do not want to keep too many evaluations. Okay. Being an online semester, I understand you're already struggling with lots of things. I have children and I know how they struggle with their online classes also. So as an institute, we're trying to keep the number of total number of evaluations in any course to 5 or less than 5. So that's why I tried to reduce the number of evaluations to 4, 2 presentations, and then a mid-sem and an end-sem. The last one of the course had many more evaluation components, which I believe caused stress and made it difficult for some students. So we will limit the total number of components of evaluation and also the number of evaluations. I hope this will make your life easier. And those of you who come from the DVD experience, we used to have a quiz every week. The benefit of having a weekly quiz was that you would review what was done in the course and in the class, and therefore you would kind of be up to date with the course. It helped you finally prepare for the end sem and mid sem and everything, and do well on the project. All those aspects were taken care of by those weekly quizzes. Over here, we will not have those weekly, like there will be no, so we will have these review quizzes. But we will not have them as a part of grade. They're just a big one component of the overall class participation, 10%. Okay. So attempting those these review quizzes would be helpful for you. So I would strongly recommend that you attempt them, but they're not mandatory. You should not see them as a burden. Okay. Lavanya, you have a question?
Uh, Yes, sir. I just wanted to ask that the midterm exams and the final exams, would they be like case study based? Like you'll give us some questions and you have to answer them, like considering the pattern of the papers. I'm a little confused about how would those be conducted. So
Yeah.
some clarification
So
on that one.
yes. So what we will do is,
Thank
see,
you.
as a part of this course, we will learn some ideation techniques, but we will also learn some methods of systematic innovation. Hmm? So mid-sem and end-sem exams there will be some, I can imagine some small multiple choice or fill in the blank kind of questions on the ideation sessions, ideation techniques, but some case study or something where we would apply our knowledge of structured innovation and and evaluate a problem, identify some solutions, something like that.
Okay, sir. Got it. Got it. Thank you so
Hmm?
much.
So Parth, Ayush, does this answer your questions also? Okay, great. So going forward, yes, the rules of the online game. The rules are that I would want you to attend the entire class. Okay. Raghav, you have a question?
Sir, yes, I just wanted to add to the previous question only regarding, so for example, you just mentioned DVD. So in the nature of the examinations or the technicalities, the solutions are very technical specific and they're right, and it was a really methodical and very like you have to go through concepts and read, and understanding the concepts and the complexity involved, it takes time. So I just wanted to say ki how the nature of is this course material is similar, or like there's some kind of different and subjectivity kind of element is there in this course.
There's a world of a difference, Raghav.
Okay, 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 sir.
There's a
Okay,
world of a difference. But yes, some part is very objective, which we would also have like fill in the blanks or choose the correct answer or something like that. The case study that we will do will be subjective. So we will see. I will try to
okay.
keep it as objective as possible, but creativity and innovation cannot be bound in objectivity. I believe you understand that. So there will be some subjective part also. We will
But the
see.
way we study these subjects would be different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So DVD is a very well-known science. You don't need. There is no uncertainty there. Hmm? Over here, there's lots of uncertainty that we'll play with. So there will be lots of leverage that you will have. Okay. Yeah. So in terms of the classes, I would want you to attend the entire class. Don't leave in between. The recordings will be available, but it's still, when you are here, not only it's an opportunity to share your experience, but also learn from other people's experience. Ask questions, participate in discussions. It really helps. Okay. Now, being a virtual semester, again, online classes, I would suggest that you sit in a manner and place where you don't get distracted by others. For example, do not face a door, do not face a room where people may be moving around, and so on. Okay. When we go into breakout rooms, please turn on your cameras. Uh, it's just 5 or 6 people in a breakout room, so usually it should not lead to a bandwidth crunch. But in a breakout room, it's strongly recommended to turn on your cameras because that increases interaction. Hmm? As I already mentioned just now, creativity is an uncertain area. So I will be seeding doubts. And, I would encourage you to ask questions, especially when it comes to process. Uh, Please ask questions. TRIZ is very, very process oriented. It's important to understand the process correctly. So ask questions, attend office hours, clarify your doubts in any way. There are many, many forums we will open for you to clarify your doubts, but please do that. Okay. So somewhere if you're asking what is the team size for projects, as I mentioned, we don't know that yet. We will review that and we will see. It could be 5 people, it could be 6 people, but definitely not more than 6. Okay, it could be 4 also. So 4 to 6 is the number, but we will see. It will largely depend on the total enrollment and therefore how many groups we can accommodate and so on. Okay. Does that answer your question, Samari? Yeah. So with that, I see that we are at the the bell, 2:50 bell. So let's close this session today over here, and then we'll meet on Wednesday morning, 8:30 a.m. and we'll learn something about TRIZ. Okay. So Vanshika, the breakout rooms will as of now I'm thinking of breakout rooms to be random, but the groups I think you will have an opportunity to. So we will see if you want to form groups yourself, you can do that, or we can make random groups. I'm not rigid on that. We will see. This is a course that we are co-creating. This is a course that we are developing and working on, creating this course together. So you are as much an honor of this course as I am. Okay. So whatever works for all of us, we will do that. I don't have any rigid ideas around that. Okay.